So after fixing all of the things that the Golf needed, I did a thing last night. I got a message from one of my friends who I actually bought the Audi from, and he messaged me saying, do you want this car? And I said, I've still got the Golf, I'm trying to sell it. And he basically said, do you want to swap this car for the Golf? Now this BMW is actually the ugliest thing that I think I've ever seen. It definitely needs a bit of a clean, but yeah, I guess it's kind of cool. It's the next project car, so obviously there's a few things wrong with this car. Very, very minor. We do have a big crack in the windscreen that goes all the way up here, so yeah, we're gonna have to obviously fix that. This wheel here, I don't know if you can see, this wheel is absolutely soaked. Basically, we have a big coolant leak, which is just absolutely pissing out coolant. So we need to find obviously where that is. I did have a brief look with the previous owner, just to find out sort of roughly where that could be. The other issues that we have is the window doesn't actually go down. The window regulator is dead. If we turn the ignition on and try and do the window, as you can hear, it doesn't sound great, but yeah, obviously this window goes down perfect, no problem. The other issue that I've found is this wing mirror here doesn't actually move. If you put this to the right hand side, it doesn't actually move. Oh, saying that, it does move. It didn't work last night, huh? Okay, interesting. But yeah, other than that, I think we have a pretty decent car here. Everything inside is relatively clean. It's got 92,000 miles, and obviously this has got chain, so yeah, I mean, this is quite a nice little car. So she does start up quite nicely. There she goes. Sounds alright as well. I think this is a proper drifter's car. This is a rear wheel drive. People like to, you know, completely strip these out and use these as drift cars, but I believe this one hasn't actually been used as a drift car. It looks pretty stock to me. But yeah, hopefully, let's just see if there's any coolant coming out under here. As you can see, it's all wet under there. So after a few days of waiting, I finally got the parts to fix the BMW. So I've also got a rocker cover gasket because I believe that there is a little bit of sort of leak from the rocker just around here. Looks relatively fresh, so I'm going to replace the rocker cover gasket as well. Yeah, so the first thing I'm going to do is just jack the car up and take the under tray off, because I just want to be able to have full access under there. And I believe, so this pipe here with the tape on it is the one which is leaking, the one with the coolant leak. So just got to move this pipe out of the way. Let's get that pipe off. I'll get the under tray off, then get the pipe off. Oh, finally. Right, so now we've got the engine bay stripped down a little bit. We've just got the math box out of the way. That air sort of scoop thing here, obviously to put it straight into the air box. Let's get this pipe off. Now, literally, I think it's only like a 10 mil bolt, sorry, and then just a circlip, which I can pull that off. I've got it here, so hopefully this is the correct one. So just to match that pipe up to this one, this is the new one. It looks exactly the same. So I'm just gonna get a bucket and put it underneath, just because I don't know if any coolant is gonna come flying out of that, but I would assume so. So as you can see on the old pipe, I just put some electrical tape around it so I could drive it all the way home without losing too much coolant. So as you can see right there, nice big split, and yeah, coolant was just come flying out of that. So yep. So I've just taken the nose grills out. They're looking a little bit tired. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to paint those and give those a new fresh lease of life. Yeah, so I'm going to paint those nice and black. And I'm also going to dechrome these. I'm going to just clean these with alcohol wipe and then go over them and paint those black as well, because I think it will just make this car look a little bit more modern, a little bit more fresh, and I think that'll be a nice little attribute to this car. So the new blacked out grills are in, and I think they look so much better than what the chrome surrounds did. Oh my god, yeah, spot on. So the next thing I've got to do is the window regulator. So we need to get the door card off, and I believe so it's just a torque screw here, just behind this airbag clip here. There's a little torque screw in there. And then I can't actually seem to find anything else. I might just try and take this off with a trim tool and see if there's another one behind here. But yeah, let's get those two out and then I'll try and get this off and see if there's anything behind here. There is actually meant to be one more just in that hole there, but there is actually not one in there. So I'm going to assume, actually no, just saying that, there's one more just here. So I'm going to put this back on, and what do you know, there's not one in there either, so there's not much I can do about that. Okay, let's try and pull the door card off. There is just one more torque screw. I thought there would be one in there, but there's actually one down the back there. So I don't know if you can see that, but maybe I can pop this out. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so I popped that bit out, and there you go, you can see the torque screw just down there. So it looks like someone's already been in here and tried to maybe do this. There's tape all over it, so let's pull off all the tape. Because obviously, so what you have to do is you have to take all of this off. As you can see, it's been cut all the way down here, or ripped or whatever. And you have to take all this off to be able to get to the window regulator. So pull all that off. And then I'm going to do a bit of a better job. And also someone looks like they've pinched the speaker out of the door. So because this is an airbag module and I don't want that going off, we just need to go into the back and take off the negative terminal from the battery, and then we can take everything else off of the door. So I don't actually have a clue how to do this now. I don't know where I'm going. I don't like these bolt. It looks like I need to take off this bolt, which is I think what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that bolt off and then see if this whole unit comes loose, because it looks like it's only held on by that bolt there and maybe another bolt back here. But from what I can see, it's not really held on by much. It's moving quite a lot, and that's the regulator. And then obviously we've got, you know, the thing that goes all the way around. If anyone knows exactly what to do, let me know in the comment section below, because it would be interesting to, you know, I may end up doing something like this again on a different car. Yeah, if there's an easy way to do this, let me know in the comment section below. So what I've decided to do is to open the new box and see what I've got in the new box, and then hopefully I can kind of figure out exactly what I need to do to put this new one in, basically. So it looks like you actually get the whole frame. I didn't realize that you would actually get the whole frame, which is interesting. So now I've got that bolt, or they're actually nuts, sorry, that nut, that nut, and that nut up there, which I can take those off, but I want to be able to drop the glass without obviously just breaking it. And I've never done anything like this before, so there we go. So we finally got the old one out, and I can 100%, I mean, I've never looked at one of these before, but I can 100% tell exactly what's gone wrong with this. All of the wire inside has just been absolutely chewed up, and basically the cog inside is just not spinning, which is not allowing the window to go up and down. Literally every single wire is absolutely mauled, absolutely mangled. So yeah, I mean, hopefully this will get it sorted. We've got a nice fresh new one, so let's see if I can get it in, because that's going to be the hard part, is trying to, you know, connect these little clips here where the window actually slides in. Hopefully I can get that all right, and yeah, it goes in all right. So the brand new window regulator is actually wrong. I can't actually fit it, because if you look at where these are here, I'll line this one up here with this one, and then if you look at that one, it's so much lower compared, well, this one's obviously way higher, and actually the whole thing is actually longer. Like, that's level there, and then you can see it's actually slightly longer, so this ain't gonna work. The window is currently just sitting there, so I'm gonna have to figure a way how to you know, keep that stable while I send this one back and then order another one. So the new window regulator has just been delivered, and now I need to try and remember how this all goes back together, because it was a few days ago since I took it all apart, and I'm not going to put it fully back together. There is one more job which I need to do, which I'm still waiting on a part, but let's try and get this window regulator in. So the screws that are provided with this kit to go and attach the motor are way too big. So the only thing I think I'm going to do, because I can't use the original ones which were in the car, because they will not go into these holes. They're just way too big, basically. They just sit and they don't actually hold anything. So I think what I'm going to have to do is drill out these holes in the motor just very, very slightly. I'll drill this one, and that one there. So I've come up with a solution. What I've actually ended up doing is putting 2 nuts and bolts through either side, and then I've just, yeah, basically nut and bolted it to the other side. Unfortunately, I don't have a third nut, so I've got another bolt, but I don't have another nut. So I've put 2 on, 1 on each corner, and I believe that should hold relatively nicely. I'm going to actually get another nut for the other bolt, and then I'll put that one in as well, but right now I don't have it, so I just want to put this in, make sure I get it all sorted, and then I can put this one in because it's sort of here, so I can actually get to it. I can put that one in, and yeah, then that'll all be nice and secured. So I've just slid the window regulator in. It's on each of the nuts on either side there. So now the hard part of trying to get the window in the actual regulator, which is that little plastic bit right there. So I've got to try and slide the window in, and I don't really think I'm going to be able to record it because I can barely even see it. So just give me a minute and I'll try and slide that in. So getting the window into those little plastic bits genuinely took me 2 seconds. All I had to do was just literally slide the window down that far, and it just clipped straight into those clips because they were obviously in the right place. I did actually have to just take that nut off so I could get the electrical connector back onto the motor, because I just forgot about that part. So yeah, I've just put the airbag bolts back in. I'm just going to connect the airbag back up, connect the battery up, and make sure that the window regulator is actually working. There we go. So I believe that's everything connected up. Obviously we do just have all of these little bits here just for now, which I'm not going to connect up because I don't need to. Let's put the, I just want to make sure that the airbag doesn't go off. Okay, that's good. Right, let's try the window. Oh my God. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, and that's sat nice all the way under. Yeah, perfect. Nice. That's the first window regulator done ever. Ah, that's a good feeling. All right, sweet. So now at the bottom, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tighten up these nuts here. Okay, that one's done. Okay, and then go back up. Okay, we fit, and then I'll do the top one up. Perfect. So now they are sitting in the correct place, and obviously the window definitely works. Nice. Yeah, perfect. So the next thing I got to do on the Beamer is to replace the rocker cover gasket. I have the new gasket here. So the first thing I need to do is just take off all of these trims, take off the cabin filter and this little scuttle panel here, because I need to be able to get to the bolts at the back of the rocker cover to be able to get that off. Basically I need to take off the coil packs, take off all of this stuff here, just disconnect all of this, and then hopefully we can get that off. Cool, so with the scuttle panel removed, I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just start popping off these coil packs. I believe you go this way, there we go. Just take off the little electrical connectors. And we can just pull this off, plus this, there we go. So that's everything off of the rocker, which is electrical. So with the coil packs out of the way, I've just got this little ground wire, and again I'm just going to put it back in the hole that it came out of. So once the scuttle panel's off, the coil packs are out, all of the electrics are disconnected, this little breather pipe is disconnected. You've just got one more breather pipe at the back here, which you need to just pop off, and then we can start removing. I believe there's something like 15 bolts all the way around the rocker, so then we can just pop off the rocker and then replace the gasket. So with all of the bolts undone around the rocker cover, I did just realize there is one more bolt down there with a ground on it, so I just disconnected that, and now pretty much everything is disconnected, so we should be able to just pop this straight off. There we go, so the rocker cover is off. I'm just looking at the timing, and everything looks fine there, like it's not slack or anything, so yeah, decent. Let's just check what the rocker cover gasket is actually like. Yeah, so I mean it's still rubbery, it's not breaking off like plastic. So before I install the rocker cover, again I'm just going to go around with a rag and well, a microfiber cloth and some brake cleaner, just to give the mating surface a nice clean up, because this is pretty gunky and there's oil dripping all down it. So I want to just get rid of all of that, and then we'll put the new rocker cover gasket on, put the rocker cover back on, and we should be sorted. So the trick I found to keep these gaskets on is to actually put these bolts back in. So when you put the bolt in, it actually goes through the gasket and then it holds the bolt in, which then means that the gasket doesn't fall out and the bolts also don't fall out. So if you put all of the bolts in like that, they then just don't fall out, and the gasket doesn't move as well. With all the new gaskets onto the rocker cover, one thing I actually did do, I actually started to just move some of these lines here. As you can see, this one is sort of tucked underneath here. I just removed this AC line just from its clip, and I just took out this little rubber bit here, which is also held in by this little plastic clip. It just gives you some more space to be able to move these wires, and because you're kind of like weaving it underneath and yeah, trying to just weave it around all of this. So that is the easiest way that I found to do it. Let's get this rocker on. I actually had to take off the rocker cover once more, just because the back right corner, there's a little bolt down there which doesn't actually stay in the rocker cover like the rest of these do. It doesn't stay in, so you actually have to just take it out. And when I put the rocker cover in the first time, the rocker cover gasket actually sort of hooked underneath. It just came out of its slot, so I had to then take it off, realign it, put it back in, and then obviously make sure it was sat down properly. And then obviously we've just gone around and tightened all the bolts. So now I've just started putting the scuttle panel back in, but what I'm going to do before I put any more in, this is an absolute pain to get back in. You have to proper wiggle that in there because it's really, really tight. But yeah, so let's get the coil packs back in, put all of the electrical connectors back on, and put the grounds on, and then we can start putting the scuttle panel back on, and hopefully shut this bonnet relatively soon. So now we've got all of the coil packs and everything reconnected, everything is plugged back in. I'm actually just going to put this straight back on while the scuttle panel's off, because it just makes it much easier to get it back down the back there. What you actually need to do with this is just take off the filler cap and pop that off there, and then this just goes straight down the back, and you've got to just weave it under. There you go, it's just sat on 2 grommets, that, so, and then you can pop this back on. Make sure to just put the breather pipe on just back here, just clip that on there. So we're now getting towards every single job that needed to be done is nearly complete. There's one last thing that I need to do. If you remember, I said about this speaker being stolen. I don't know where it's gone. It was never there when I got the car. So me being me, I like to be able to give, you know, people a car and you know, everything be all right with it. So I've gone and picked up a new speaker, original one, BMW speaker, made in Hungary. So yeah, so let's get that fitted. So the BMW has potentially come to a faster end than I thought. I've got a potential offer which I couldn't really turn down. I'm gonna have to go have a look at it, but we do still have one more thing to do on the BMW, which is the windscreen. I don't know if we're actually gonna have to do it, because the person who has another car which I'm gonna go look at, they have a crack in the windscreen as well, so they said it's fine, they can get that sorted if I get this one potentially sorted. So yeah, that's pretty much a wrap on the BMW. It was fun while I was working on it, but yeah, I'm happy to get moving on and get on to the next project. So you're gonna have to wait for the next video so we can find out whether I pick up this car or whether I continue on the BMW, getting the windscreen fixed and then getting a full year's MOT on it. And yeah, we'll see. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to leave a like. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought of the BMW and what the potential next project car could be. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.